first round of funds dedicated to the Paycheck Protection Program back in the spring was a Hail Mary for small businesses. Congress provided an additional $320 billion in PPP loans in early May. But with many local and state governments imposing renewed lockdowns, time is running out for many of these small businesses before having to close shop entirely. I spoke with a certified public accountant, Paul Miller of Miller & Company, to learn more about what business owners can do to stay afloat. Take a look. You mentioned how small businesses are under siege in ways you've never seen before, and you've gone from being a CPA to a financial therapist trying to help these businesses survive. Talk a little bit more about how your role has changed during this pandemic.
It's been really challenging. It's an emotional tryst. You're walking with people who had very successful businesses who are trying to figure out how to survive, how to pay rent, how to pay payroll, how to keep their staff safe. There's a lot of challenges that weren't there before that are now just thrust upon them. So you're trying to just listen and hear and trying to give the best advice you can actually give to help them make it through. Daily phone calls with people, trying to just boost their morale to tell them that they're going to make it, and hopefully Christmas will be a good season for them.
And we know a lot of these business owners are waiting for hopefully a Christmas miracle. Hopefully those senators, they can get together and find some common ground. But what are some of the biggest mistakes you see from small business owners trying to keep their shops afloat during this time? And what advice would you give to them?
A lot of business owners have made a decision, they haven't negotiated with their rent, they haven't negotiated, with their vendors. Some savvy business owners have, and they have to guard or what I would call bunker down with their money and have money for the tough times that are coming up. Hopefully this launch of the PPP will be a Christmas miracle. I was hoping for it, that they would have money so more people would spend during the holiday season, which would be phenomenal. But you have to be, thoughtful about when you pay your bills. A lot of people right now are coming to me with projections, thinking about what should I do with my cash flow for the next 3 months? And I'm trying to tell them to save it because you don't know if the city's going to get locked down. You don't know if the PPP and when the PPP will be launched. And even if you'll qualify, my understanding is there's going to be metrics tied to this next round of PPP where you had to have done 30% down in any quarter. So it's not as simple as the first one, which was already very complicated. The second one will be even more complicated. And they haven't even accepted some of the forgiveness worksheets from the first loan, which a lot of people are trying to submit.
And speaking of complications, an issue that has complicated talks with regard to another COVID relief bill is that of liability protections for small business owners to prevent them from being sued if someone claims they got COVID from entering their business. How important is it for liability shields to be included in a COVID relief package?
In my opinion, I think it's critical. I don't know how you could blame a business owner for COVID when most business owners are spending an enormous amount of money. Restaurants are spending fortunes to get themselves in a position to even have people come in. So to deal with liability on top of it, it's just very difficult to process. I think it's critical for the bill. I don't know if it's going to go through, but I think it's very critical.
Lastly, where can our viewers go to learn more about you and your work?
They can find this at www.millercompanyllp.com on the web, or 718-767-0737. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Paul Miller. Thank you so much.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.